We can make it on today. No panic. As I said already, this week is just about completing each stage. Not really competing for anything. Spin the legs out this week. Don't want to be overtraining or overstressing the body. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Nothing is connected. Oh, I think it's probably heads-up display disabled for this event, possibly. Looks like it. Had I known that, I probably would have connected my car meter. But anyway, right to a field. No harm in that either. So yeah, it was fairly trashed after last night. Thing is, I don't even know if my heart rate is connected now, because I can't see with the heads-up display. No heads-up display. So that's a bit of an issue. Yeah, there's no way of telling, do I? In fairness, in FRR, I think it's really only an issue if something looks really bang out of order. With my fan on. Yeah. Yeah, so didn't get the best night's sleep. I'm not really anywhere near 100% recovered after the last week and a half. I was on holiday, but it was the kind of holiday wasn't the best prep for events like what I've done over the last couple of days. And then the Ryder Cup last night, let's just say I stayed up later than I was hoping to. But what a finish. Shane Lowry, even a legend. Fair play to the Americans, definitely made it a more exciting, nail-biting finish. By a long way. And in some ways, if they hadn't have given us that comeback, we would have never had that Shane Lowry moment. So I'll take that Shane Lowry moment any day of the week. If anyone deserved it, he did. So I was delighted for him. could only eat half my Indian. The appetite just wasn't fully there. Because I'd eaten well and I'd kept myself well fed and watered throughout the day. I didn't really have that spike in appetite at the end. But it was enjoyable nonetheless. And then of course, the Ryder Cup ran late, which means my catching up on the UCI World Championship in Kenya ran late. And go on, Ben Healy, you absolute legend. Third place. I mean, Pikachu. Let's not even talk about it. 100-kilometer breakaway. And then the last, 4 laps, 50k, whatever it was. You had 4 lads actively trying to chase him down. And he just kept that gap for a minute. I don't know what 4 lads are talking about. Remco Evenepoel, Ben Healy, Pidcock was in there. Shelmos, I think. I mean, yeah, not exactly middle of the range chasing pack. And they could not close 10 seconds on him. Exceptional. And interestingly, I think he was in the saddle the whole time, even on those steep climbs. Hamstring recruitment. Insane. Do you know the other thing is about heads up display? No idea what distance is remaining. It's amazing how much you rely on it. I'm not sure if that was noted in the road book. As I say, I'm usually far more prepared for FRR stages. This week it's just about getting it to be a bit of a workout, trying to cover the body and the legs for the winter season. Finally had a chance as well to have a good look at my stats from the Lutece ride I did on Sunday, 150k around the roads of Waterford and Tipperary from the home of Sean Kelly. We had the privilege of riding up Seskin Hill at the end of that 150k, I think it was 145k. It's a climb just outside Carrick that apparently Sean Kelly used to do reps on regularly as part of his training. And oh my god, he's welcome to it. I think about 1.5 kilometers, average 10%, hitting 18% for good bits of it. 18%. It's kind of, you know, that steepness where you can't even get out of the saddle and pull on the handlebars because the front wheel starts coming back up to meet you. I think I had to average 270 or 280 watts. It took me just under 10 minutes, 9:50 or something like that. Which on the day, after 145 kilometers in the legs, was fair going. And for someone who's not a climber, not on the climbing bike, and definitely on the heavy side, not just the bike, me as well, it was good going. But yeah, to average, I think I averaged 278 watts for that 10 minutes at the very end of the race. Man, I was proud of that. But it was what I needed to do to stay upright. any slower and I was going to tip over. I just noticed I've got music running, but it's on mute on the TV. So all my chit chat there probably went unheard. No harm. But yeah, as I was saying, Seskin Hill, Sean Kelly's old haunt. What a killer. A couple other long comms in there as well. And then there was also, because this event gives you, each participant gets a chip for the bike. So everything is timed, including 2 timed comms, of course, the start to finish line. And then there was a sprint stage, that was timed. And out of, it was nearly 900 competitors, I managed 17th, 50 seconds. I'm not sure how long it was. We kind of had a rough idea from the GPS map where it was going to start and where it was going to finish, but not anything specific. I'm sure the length of it must be mentioned somewhere on their website, but I can't find it. But anyway, it took me 50 seconds. And that was after 115 kilometers in the legs as well. And an awful lot of climbing already done at that stage. In fact, most of the climbing already done. I was also on my own, no draft. And I was shattered. The legs were already burning. But I got out of the saddle and I gave it socks anyway. And my 50 seconds, as it turned out, was very good, which I didn't know at the time. The winner was 45, second was 46, and third was 47, and then there was obviously 15 or 16 people between that and 50 seconds. But, and you can see on my Strava graph for that little segment, halfway through my sprint, the peak of my cap, the wind caught it. There's no other way you're sprinting. Flipped the peak down over my eyes, and I couldn't see where I was going. So I had to sit up, take a hand off, flip it back up, and then as soon as I got down at the sprint, it just flipped back down again. So then I had to flip it back up, and then I had to finish my sprint with my head up so that it wouldn't flip back down again. So that surely cost me 2 or 3 seconds, must have done, killing me momentum like that. So, all that taken into consideration, I was absolutely chuffed with my sprint finish, or my sprint segment. And I'm not on a particularly light or aero bike. It's a gravel bike I built myself on a Chinese frame, cheap Chinese wheels, 14mm tyre on the back. Yesterday I went with a 33mm tyre on the front for comfort. I use a relatively heavy redshift suspension post. I also have a redshift suspension stem. And I also have the redshift kitchen sink handlebar, which anyone's seen that. Ain't heavy, or ain't light I should say, anything but. It's built for endurance, long comfort is what it's built for. I've also got the wheel top EDS electronic shifting system on it. That's the second long ride I've been on that bike since I built it, and it's been flawless. In fact, I really needed the brakes yesterday. I was carrying too much speed coming down, and there was a sort of a bend that was tighter than I was expecting. Had to hit the rear, which I like to keep on the right hand side. And yeah, locked up. Just a little bit of release, and then I just feathered it, and yeah, it was perfect. Just helped me get the bike under control without any drama. So they certainly got tested on some of the descents yesterday, the brakes, the hydraulic brakes from Wheeltop. And yeah, no issue whatsoever. So very happy and proud of my little bike build. And as heavy and on aero as it is, it's certainly a match for a lot of the bikes I've seen on display yesterday. So I think I managed a time of 5 hours 20 minutes in around that for the 150k, but there was near enough 2,000 meters of climbing, so all in all I was fairly chuffed with that. I'm not sure whose ARC avatar that is behind me, and I know there's no drafting in TT, but let's just give a little bit of a wheel to whoever that lady of ARC is as a kind of a pace setter. Don't want to drop her. And let's just give a little psychological wheel to hang on to and see if it helps. So that's what's great about these FRR series, that if you're in at a level, I was upgraded to CRP for this event, and that combined with my lack of prep and the ride yesterday, yeah, there was no way I was going to really be competing in this for this week. But you can then act as a domestique for riders, members of your team that are in levels lower down. You can give them a wheel, you can give them some draft. For some rules, you can't be setting the pace on the front, which can certainly be an assistance to them. Maybe a lead out on the sprints, helping them on the comms. And like this, even in a TT, just kind of setting a pace, giving them a wheel to aim for. Like I said, I don't want to go too hard, but hard enough to just and again, with no heads up display, it's hard to kind of know what number to hold. Anyway, so yeah, great day out yesterday, really enjoyed it. I think I set a new 30k PB, a new 50k PB, I think a new 90k PB. I think the route was new to me, nearly all of it I'd never done before, so there was no PBs on the route itself. It was a good day out. And while I'm definitely nowhere near fully recovered, I don't feel bad considering. I think the effort last night in hindsight of trying to hold on to the petit com was probably wasted energy and pushed myself just a little bit too hard at the end of the day without really any reward or any need for it. So if I was doing that again, I could have just sat up for a couple of categories behind, maybe even the D-Cats. Maybe tried to find an art teammate and given them a wheel. I might have been good enough for that. But yeah, there was no point in me really trying to hold with that group last night. It was never As we see, I even survived the aqueduct, never mind the fatigue column. So I might have felt a bit better today had I just given that up a bit earlier. And hindsight is always 20/20. Just happy to keep the streak going this week. I must actually put that. I noticed I don't have it updated. I usually have a text banner rolling along the bottom, updating where my current FRR streak is at. Ooh. And let's not drop right here. As I say, there's no draft being given, so it's not vital that she sits right on my wheel, but I just want to give that encouragement to push. There we go. Actually, that's better. Gives me a slightly better view. Oh, actually, let's go. Yeah, so if you're at the bottom, you're just upgraded and you're kind of at the bottom of your cat and you feel like it's a bit of waste of your time, it's good fun being a domestique as well, helping out fellow teammates. You feel like you're still doing something, getting your workout in and contributing for a team. Killer is as well, you've no idea, or certainly I'm not prepared enough to know what distance is left. I think it's 3 laps. I'm so not prepared. So usually if you knew you had a K left, you could really put the pedal down. Back off a little. As I say, even if it's only a placebo or a psychological, if you think you're getting draft, it'll make you push that a little bit harder. At the same time, I don't want to slow her up by setting too slow a pace and having her sit up a little bit. This is outside. That's it. Push. That's you, let's go. Go on, push past them, go on. That's you, that's you. Yes. My weight is definitely helping me more coming down here. Now I'd like to think if she wanted to go harder, she'd push past me. So I'm just trying to act as that carrot, just dangling. To encourage to close the gap. I think it's either Rachel or Isabella. Alright, she's pushing a bit more now. I'm really pushing now. Okay, that's it, let's go. I hope we're near the end. I'm struggling now. I'd say the bottom of the next decline. It's probably the finish banner, is it? Well, that was some effort up that last climb, that's for sure. Yes. Some effort up that. Fair play. Let's get that bike out. I don't think that's Lily's avatar, but it might be. Green socks would certainly be her thing. I think this might be the finish line, I'm not 100% sure. So I'm just pushing a little harder. Oh, not the finish. I don't know where we're finishing or when. Was it? Oh, it was. What's going on? I have no idea. Usually FRR there's a blue banner, but everyone seems to be sitting up. really sure what's going on. That's a bit odd. Let's have a look and see what distance it was supposed to be. 23k, and we're going 41 minutes, well, less than 41 minutes. Looks like 3 laps. Definitely feels like we did that. Should have not be a banner. Confusion reigns. That might have been Lily, and I hope for her sake that was the finish banner. To me it doesn't really make a difference. So, yeah. I'll be staying off social media for this one. That's the feeling, there might be some not so polite queries. Unless I'm doing something wrong or I missed something, which is entirely possible. Let's get on the companion app. I suppose that might have helped. It's not something I use very often, I must say. I don't know if there'll be any help in there. It's not automatically joining me to the route. No messages coming up on screen. I hit a button about this. Cannot toggle display in this activity. No, so there is no, it's not something I switched on or off. Let's be very obvious. I don't know. So first 20, averaging 40, got me half an hour. Also going to be longer than that. It's going to be 10 minutes now. And we're averaging 40. Let's see many other people out on course. Oh, hold on. What is going on? That page keep to show the display. Aha! So I have to click there. Click there. So I am finished. Alright, I am finished. Oh, whatever, I don't know. Anyway. I'm only going to see people in my, I think. Ah, whatever. Stage complete, that was the only thing that mattered. Yeah, I don't mind heads up display, or yeah, heads up display disabled in races. It's definitely something a bit different and a bit interesting. But in an ITT, I don't know. Yeah, maybe I just wasn't well prepared. That'll do for today. Something different. And tomorrow's a rest day. We try and